have first.
For some, being a first responder is a full-time job. And for others, they volunteer their time. But the dedication is no less. One example is in Burlington. The Burlington fire chief has 15 years with the department and 13 years as chief. He is tonight's Someone You Should Know.
I'm not here to get a pat on the back. I'm here to help those that need it.
Karter Lesmann doesn't spend countless hours training for and responding to some 75 to 125 calls a year for accolades. Some days are good and some days aren't. But as he says, he knows someone's got to do it.
I do it for the community, not so much for myself.
Lesmann has trained hundreds of people and has books and books of certifications. From what I learned from him, in a way though, it's never enough. He says he keeps up with all the necessary training and beyond for the sake of his own safety and everyone on his crew.
I feel that if I'm going to be the chief, I need to be trained to the highest level that there is offered to us as firefighters.
Another one of his top priorities is PPE, and not the kind that you've heard a lot about lately due to the pandemic. It's the kind that's vital with or without a pandemic.
My biggest thing is PPE for the people.
During his time as chief, every truck in the fleet has been upgraded, and there are at least 30 new sets of gear, some of which have been replaced more than once. After all, as Lesmann says, fires can't be fought safely without the proper gear. And again, safety is the #1 priority.
At any given call, I could have anywhere from 5 to 15, 20 guys at a time responding here. I'm responsible for every one of those people, so I need to make sure that they're trained properly to do what we need done. And then when we get to that call, that they're trained to do everything that we need to do so that they can return home to their loved ones again.
One of those guys is 19-year-old Austin, one of Karter's 3 sons.
I've been running around here since Dad started and Grandpa did it. It's all I ever wanted to do.
He's been a part of the department for about 5 years now, but he's witnessed his dad's dedication just about his whole life.
He was our hero, you know. We'd be eating supper and he'd have to leave. It was sad to see him go. I know there was lots of nights that we'd finish supper. If he had to leave, we'd come up here and sit here and wait for him to get back, because we knew that his safety was we knew he was gonna be okay, because that's his #1 goal, is everybody will come home.
With years of commitment, thousands of hours of training, and the important goal to protect the people in his path, Karter Lesmann is someone you should know. Lesmann did acknowledge that he can't do his job without the help of others, but I think it's safe to say he clearly leads by example. After the break,